Hey there, Hofstra fans, and welcome inside the WB Mason Coaches Report right here on GoHofstra.com. Nick Velasco joined each and every week by the head coach of the Hofstra Pride Field Hockey Team, Kathy DeAndres. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Great being here.
2 games this past week. Let's look at the one this past Friday first against Ryder. You beat Ryder by a score of 2-1. You had 2 second-half goals, and you also outshoot Ryder by 25-9. Your thoughts on the victory?
Well, it was great that we got on the board as far as shooting and getting a lot of statistics. As far as getting only 2 goals with that number of shots, that's not a great statistic. But the good thing is we are putting ourselves in position to get a shot off, and that's where it needs to begin.
And just going back, staying with those shot totals, 25-9, and you've been getting a lot of shots on opponents, but do you feel there's still more to be desired with the goal totals?
Well, when we get into our conference play, the shots aren't going to be, it's not going to be that easy as we get into the league play. So it's important that we are more focused on our shots and our shot percentage and putting the ball behind the net. And really the bottom line is you got to finish. You got to find a way to finish, and it's not good enough just to put a shot up. So I think we are continuing to learn from that. And but the great thing is, again, is that we are getting the shots off.
And then the game on Sunday against UC Davis, you beat the Aggies 4-2. You moved to 4-3 on the season, scored 3 goals in the first 16 minutes of the game. Your takeaway against UC Davis?
Well, we had a great game plan against them. We had watched a lot of film on them, and my staff did a great job to prepare a tactical plan against UC Davis and what we needed to do and how to counter the way they played, and they pressure, extreme high pressure all the time, and they use the hard hit a lot. So for us, we knew we had to collect on transition, and we did that, and we did it in the first 16 minutes. Unfortunately, we couldn't maintain that for 70 minutes. A lot had to do with the fatigue of playing 3 games, but at the same time, UC Davis was in their third game that week, as well as their 8th game of the season, and so we were really equal with them. And I think, if anything, what we did show is that we continued to push as tired as we were, and we did platoon. We platooned a lot of players through the midfield and on the striker line. We even platooned and subbed a player in the backfield, which we normally do not do, but there was something we had to do. But in making the transition with the number of subs we had, it was great to see the substitutes come in and make impact. And their focus on the sideline really was I've got to credit them, because it's not easy to sit on the sideline and be called on at any time and to go into the play and be ready to play. But they did a great job, and it was nice to see the transition.
And out of the midfield in that game, Chloe Yusung scores a goal, and after the game you talked about wanting more out of the midfield, at least attacking wise. Where do you think that stands right now?
Well, I think a good indication is that we got a field goal from Charlotte Lohr. That was her first of the year, and then getting Colby's field goal on Sunday. We need more from our midfield. We need those players to be able to attack and be able to shoot, and we can't just rely just on our strikers. Our strikers are fantastic goal scorers. We know that, but as we get into CAA play, we need to have the parity in different players, and that makes us much more dangerous, and they're not going to just isolate different players and try to take them out of the game. So having the midline and even backline players be able to put in goals, that just makes us much more dangerous.
And you finally finished a stretch where it was 5 games and I believe 10 days on the list. So knowing that you now have, 6 days until your next matchup against UMass Lowell, how relieving is it to know that there's not a quick turnaround for that stretch that you did have?
Well, it's great timing right now that we are able to take a few days off, and we did some yoga and we did some rolling out, and really in a recovery mode, taking care of our bodies, what we eat, and really trying to just refresh and come back ready to go, because this is a long season, and when you get that time in your schedule where you actually can really recover, regroup, and just refresh it, this was a perfect time for this to happen.
The game on Sunday against UMass Lowell here at Hofstra Field Hockey Stadium. You beat this team last year 3-1 at UMass, but so far this season it's a completely different team. They're 5-1, and last season they're only 6-13. So what can we expect out of the Riverhawks?
Yeah, this is a great team. This is a team that has transitioned from a fantastic national championship Division II team, and coming in just in the last couple of years, just to see how much improvement has gone on in this program. It's a great team, and it's a team that's going to give us a challenge. We know that. But our factor, the most important thing we always really key on is what Hofstra can do and to play our game. It does not matter, and I'll say this over and over again, who we're playing. We just have to focus on Hofstra getting better, getting stronger defensively, getting stronger on the attack, and really continuing to work as one unit. And we've got a great team right now that's playing very, very well together, and that's our goal and that's our main focus.
She's the head coach of the Hofstra field hockey team. Kathy Angelis, coach, thanks for joining us.
Great being here as always.
You've been watching the WB Mason Coaches Report right here on GoHofstra.com.